One night, a teenage boy named Nick is shown running desperately while being chased by goons. To escape them, he rushes inside Serenity House, but the lift is not working, so he is forced to run up the stairs. After reaching the top floor, he begs for help and knocks on every door. Instead of helping him, the residents shut their doors, and some even add extra locks for safety. The goons soon catch up to Nick and begin beating him brutally in the corridor. This happens outside Becky's apartment, and after seeing it, she tries calling the police. The call does not go through, and even when the police finally answer, she realizes something terrible is about to happen. Unable to stay inside, she steps out to help Nick, but the attackers turn on her as well and beat her until she starts to lose consciousness. The last thing Becky sees is the goons dragging Nick away. The next morning, the police arrive at the building and Nick is found dead. An investigation begins and officers knock on Becky's door, asking her to identify the attackers so they can be caught. Becky insists that she knows nothing about them. The detective points out her injuries and suggests she tried to help Nick and urges her to cooperate. Becky claims the injuries came from a fall and repeats that she knows nothing. The detective grows angry because no one in the building is willing to talk, and he offers full protection if she agrees to testify. Becky refuses and shuts the door in his face. 3 months later, life in the building continues as a man comes door to door collecting protection money. He knocks on Becky's door, but she ignores him without fear. A couple living there regularly pays him for protection, while 2 young men also try to involve themselves. Another resident is shown living alone and struggling with alcohol addiction. A different neighbor is a woman who often leaves her children alone to go partying, and when Becky tries to advise her, she reacts angrily. It becomes clear that the people living on this floor are strange and unwilling to leave, despite demolition notices. Instead, they pay criminals to avoid police and authorities. The next morning, the internet connection in the building suddenly goes down, and the phone lines stop working, leaving everyone completely cut off from the outside world. Becky wakes up in the morning beside her friend, and the two laugh together while having breakfast. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out, and blood splashes across Becky's face as she realizes her friend has been shot dead. From a nearby building, the sniper is revealed standing with his rifle and preparing to fire again. In an apartment close to Becky's, another man is shot, and his wife and son watch in shock. The sniper keeps firing into the top floor apartments, killing people one by one, while some residents manage to save themselves by hiding or climbing down through windows. Many people are killed and many others are injured as panic spreads. The surviving residents gather in the corridor where Becky urges everyone to leave the building to save their lives, but the lift is no longer working. A boy brings his badly injured father into the corridor begging for first aid since he has been shot and is in severe pain. His mother angrily reminds the others that no one ever protected them before, so they should not expect help now. An elderly woman feels pity and asks for alcohol and clothes so she can treat the wounds. At the same time, Becky's neighbor, who often left her children alone, comes out crying after discovering both her children have been killed. Another injured woman is dragged out of her apartment as well. When the old woman finishes helping the first man and reaches the injured woman, she realizes it is too late and the woman has died. Her husband is still alive but badly injured inside the apartment and is calling for help. Becky and Daniel crawl along the floor to reach him and pull him into the corridor where he collapses in grief after seeing his wife is dead. Becky then notices that Curtis, who lives in the next apartment, has not come out yet. Worried for his safety, they knock and enter his apartment, which is still open, and find him asleep. When Becky tries to wake him, Curtis panics, thinking she is an attacker, and tries to fight her. Becky calms him and explains that a sniper is killing people and many residents are already dead. Curtis refuses to believe her, so Becky suggests he prove it by pulling back the curtain after she and Paul step outside. Paul protests, but Curtis ignores him. As soon as Curtis pulls the curtain aside while standing away from the window, a bullet smashes through and destroys the pillow on his bed. This finally convinces him that Becky and Paul were telling the truth, and he quickly gets dressed and joins the others in the corridor. The group begins questioning who the sniper could be and why everyone is being targeted, with some suspecting the building developer who wanted them to vacate. Becky argues that this cannot be the work of an ordinary man, since the shots are coming from another building and the weapon is an advanced sniper rifle, normally used by military or trained agents. Becky adds that the shutdown lifts and the internet and phone lines being cut prove that the killer planned everything carefully. Becky then suggests escaping through the emergency stairs, but they quickly realize the stairs are completely exposed outside, and anyone stepping out would be an easy target for the sniper. An elderly man suggests that they should stay inside and wait until the sniper leaves on his own, or the police notice what is happening. However, the man who was shot earlier is in extreme pain and clearly needs to be taken to a hospital to survive. Becky argues that if they can somehow reach the bottom floor, they might escape through the back door of the building. At the same time, Curtis shows no concern for anyone else and only wants to return to his apartment because his sleep was disturbed. The older couple who regularly paid Curtis for protection confront him and remind him that their safety is his responsibility. When Curtis ignores them, the old man suddenly punches him twice, knocking him down and revealing that he is a former military soldier. Becky also releases her anger on Curtis, making it clear that he is no longer in control. The group then decides to force the lift open. Daniel brings his father's toolbox and they carefully work on the lift doors. As soon as one man succeeds in opening it, he is instantly shot from the front and dies on the spot, causing everyone to panic and scatter. Becky uses a mirror to look inside the lift and realizes there is no sniper present. Instead, she discovers that a hidden sensor gun was placed inside, and that is what killed the man. With the lift now completely unsafe, Becky, Paul, and Curtis climb down through the elevator shaft. They manage to reach the ground floor and open the door using the tools. From there, they try to escape through the emergency back door, but after struggling with the lock, Curtis removes the hinges and they pull the entire door off. Even then, they fail to escape because a massive container is blocking the exit and can't be moved, even with all their strength. Frustrated, they return upstairs and inform everyone that the back door is useless. Since Becky has been coming up with ideas, the group urges her to think of another plan. Becky suggests that someone must take the risk and go up to the roof so they can tie clothes together and climb down from the back of the building. One woman points out that clothes will not be long enough and suggests using fire hoses instead. As they argue over who should take such a dangerous risk, the group begins questioning why all of this is happening to them. A woman picks up a paper near the lift and realizes it was placed there deliberately. The symbols on it represent see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. She understands that they are being punished for their own actions and that someone is taking revenge either for Nick's death or for their refusal to help the police afterward. The woman quietly accepts her fate and says that whatever is meant to happen will happen, but she wants to see her children one last time. Saying this, she opens her apartment door and walks inside, and the moment she steps near the window, she is shot dead. Everyone in the corridor breaks down in tears, but Curtis loses his temper and angrily calls them hypocrites. He reminds them that none of them ever liked her, and that they constantly judged and scolded her for leaving her children alone. He questions why they are suddenly crying for her now. The elderly woman calms everyone and says that since it is night, they should try again by turning off all the lights and moving quietly so the sniper will not notice them. The others reject the idea, believing the sniper is equipped with night vision and would still see them. Curtis then notices that the strange emojis are not only near the lift, but also painted outside the doors of two young men. When he confronts them, they deny knowing anything. Curtis forcefully drags them inside their apartment and demands to know if they have any enemies or secrets. When they continue to deny everything, Curtis presses hard on the injured leg of one of them until he screams in pain and finally confesses that they attacked Nick because he owed them money and that his death was not planned. Unaware that people are listening outside, the entire truth is revealed, and the residents realize that these two are responsible for everything happening. The group begins debating whether handing them over to the sniper could save everyone else. Curtis also believes they should take responsibility and face the sniper, but when they refuse, he starts beating them. He forces one man to stand by the window and pulls back the curtain, causing the sniper to shoot him instantly. The others outside hear the gunshot and panic, banging on the locked door. Inside the apartment, Curtis notices the second man trying to crawl away and drags him back toward the window, where another shot kills him as well. When Curtis comes out, Becky confronts him, angrily saying they cannot be sure the real danger is over and that everyone is still at risk. Another woman believes the threat has ended and decides to leave the building with her son. The others try to stop her, and Becky grabs her arm, but the woman lashes out, saying Becky cannot understand real loss and only lost someone she barely knew, which leads Becky to slap her. The group urges the woman to leave her son behind, since he has his whole life ahead of him. Nervous but determined, she slowly tests the fire escape with her hand, and when nothing happens, she begins climbing down the stairs. She safely reaches the bottom, and her son follows, telling the others through the intercom that everything seems fine. Moments later, as the woman steps forward, a gunshot rings out and she is killed. Daniel panics and grabs a metal sheet to use as a shield while trying to escape. The sniper first shoots Daniel's fingers, causing the metal sheet to slip from his hands, and the moment it falls, he is shot dead as well. Back upstairs, Becky and Paul decide to return to the plan they had discussed earlier, which is escaping from the roof by tying ropes and climbing down the back of the building. The question arises about who would risk doing such a dangerous task, and Paul steps forward saying he has no one left in his life, so he will do it. Hearing this, Becky hugs him and they begin preparing the plan. Together, they tie the fire hoses to make a long rope, but Becky notices that Paul is shaking and asks if he can handle it. Paul explains that he is not scared, but suffering because he is an alcoholic and has not had a drink for many hours. Curtis goes into an apartment and brings alcohol, and after drinking it, Paul begins to feel steady again. The group then uses a hammer to break open the door leading to the roof. The elderly woman who had been giving first aid steps forward first, and the moment the door opens, she is shot and dies in her husband's arms, leaving him shattered and unable to imagine life without her. Accepting what has happened, the others gather their courage and move onto the roof, where they secure the hose to a strong point and signal Paul to start climbing down. At first, everything seems to work, and the hose holds strong as Paul descends. For a brief moment, they believe everyone can be saved, but the sniper notices the escape and begins firing at the hose. Curtis steps out trying to distract him, but the sniper keeps shooting until the hose breaks, and Paul falls to his death. Becky is completely broken by this loss and gives up all hope. To protect her, Curtis holds her down and hides her downstairs. With great difficulty, he brings her back, and everyone sees that Becky is now filled with rage and determination. She decides they will burn the floor, hoping the fire will draw attention and bring help. Fear spreads among the survivors, but Becky says they were already living in fear before, and at least this way, they might finally be free from it. Accepting the possibility of death, the remaining survivors sit together for a final meal. They then begin climbing down through the lift shaft while Curtis stays above and pours alcohol throughout the apartments. After Becky and Neville reach safely, Curtis stuffs sponges into a microwave and turns it on, then lights the stoves in the apartments and throws burning newspapers to start the fire. Before he reaches the lift, the first apartment explodes and the blast is visible from outside the building. As Curtis starts descending the lift shaft, the ladder screws loosen and he falls badly, injuring his leg. Becky and Neville tear their clothes to bandage him, while above them the fire spreads rapidly across the floor. After some time, the owner of the building arrives with his security guard and sees the fire spreading. When he tries to call the fire brigade, he realizes his phone also has no signal. He rushes toward the building and notices the dead bodies of the people who were killed by the sniper earlier that night. The sniper suddenly appears close to them and kills them at point-blank range. From inside, Becky is able to hear parts of the confrontation and understands that the danger is now very close. She tells the old man to take Curtis into an apartment and hide while she hides near the lift. The sniper enters the building wearing a mask and throws a smoke grenade into the hallway before searching the area. When he moves away, Becky jumps out of the lift shaft and escapes outside. She searches the developer's car and finds a nail gun, which she immediately takes back inside to help the others. As soon as she re-enters the building, she comes face to face with the sniper and fires the nail gun at him without hesitation, injuring him. The sniper fires back and shoots Becky in the shoulder. Since the sniper is wounded, Curtis and the old man seize the moment to rush out and attack him, causing his gun to fall. Becky picks up the weapon and holds it on him, while the old man removes the mask, revealing that the sniper is the same detective who was investigating Nick's murder at the beginning. He admits he came to the building seeking help, but no one, including Becky, supported him. Without fear, he declares that they all deserve to die for refusing to help bring justice to the world. Becky and the old man angrily confront him, asking what kind of justice kills innocent people, and especially children who had done nothing wrong. Becky is overwhelmed with anger and prepares to shoot him, but Curtis stops her and warns that once she kills someone, she will carry that mark forever, and her heart will turn cold beyond return. Curtis warns her that firing a single bullet will turn a human into a demon. During their argument, the detective takes advantage of the moment and grabs a blue stun gun. He attacks the old man first and then drags Becky by her feet and takes the gun from her. Becky struggles to free herself but fails. Curtis tries to save her by attacking the detective from below, but because he is already injured and weak, the detective easily throws him aside. Now the detective prepares to shoot both Becky and Curtis. Left with no other choice, Becky grabs the nail gun lying nearby and strikes the detective in the head, killing him instantly. With his death, the three of them finally survive. In the final moments of the movie, Becky, Curtis, and the old man are shown injured, but safely outside the building as fire trucks arrive, and the nightmare finally comes to an end.